Hi, this is Denis O'Donovan from ProfitComm, and in today's chat session, I'm joined here with Pat Isaac, my good friend, fellow Goldman Sachs alumni, and the owner of Capital Services. Pat, how are you doing today?
I'm great, Dennis. How are you?
Doing well. Glad you're here. So I like to start off these conversations and these chat sessions with, who is Capital Services? What do you do?
Yeah. So Capital Services is a boutique employee benefits and HR consulting firm. We also have a recruiting arm that partners with organizations throughout the country to really build purpose-driven strategies for their people. We help employers design and optimize benefit plans that not only attract, but also retain top talent, which we all know, Dennis, today, that's the biggest problem that companies are facing. But we also want to ensure the financial security for employees. We are really relooking at the models today as to what, with the inflation and everything else, we're putting value back in employee benefits, and that's a very important focus for us. In addition, we provide compliance support, recruiting services, compensation analysis, everything that companies need to create really a thriving workplace culture and sustainable business growth.
Okay, that's great. So you touch a lot of items, help customers do a lot of good things. So what would you say? You're not the only one doing this. Why would you say you're different?
Well, I think we stand out because we really take a deeply personalized approach. At Capital Services, we focus more on the outcomes rather than a cookie cutter solution. Anyone can do cookie cutter. We proactively manage data insights. We negotiate competitive contracts, align benefits with the employer's broader goals. We're also a WeBank certified. So as a woman-owned and nationally recognized firm, we combine the agility of boutique consultancy as well as the resources and partnership of larger organizations, ensuring that our clients receive tailored and innovative solutions that are really meaningful to their companies, and they align with their business objectives, their demographic makeup. So we don't just, again, it's that cookie cutter that people are used to and have gotten comfortable with, which needs to be disrupted. People really need to realize that there are better solutions, and why not look for better solutions that not only add to their bottom line, but also make sure that they're bringing the value to their second to third P&L item in many instances, which is, employee health. And also, looking at it from the HR side, the most important thing is there are so many changes, and organizations are trying to stay on top of the changes, but that's where they can rely on us. We have experts within our team of HR folks that are RW2 employees of ours, but they are at that CHRO level. So they're very sophisticated, very knowledgeable experts in that field that can bring solution on a fractional cost. And also when you're looking at an organization, looking at it from the standpoint of talent, do you have the right strategic talent within your organization to be able to grow properly and scale? And that's where our recruiting area comes in. Once you actually have that person, are you able to hold on to them? And that's where the executive compensation comes in. So it all ties together, and that's the beauty of what we can do and what we actually help support our clients with.
That's great. So you said change and helping people adapt. What trends are you seeing in the market today, and how are you uniquely set up to help your clients navigate that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of the biggest shifts that we're seeing, is the emphasis on employee well-being and hybrid work models, right? So employers are really struggling today to balance the cost containment aspect with creating meaningful benefit solutions, and that supports the diverse workforce that they now have. I think Capital Services is uniquely, positioned to address this by offering our customized solutions. As I said, it's not the cookie cutter anymore. It's really looking at the different facets of a business and making sure that you are creating solutions that are meaningful and personalized to that business. And that's how we've been able to support employers with that diverse workforce. I think that Capital Services is uniquely positioned to address this by offering solutions that people may not have had the education, but it's really important for them to understand that there are so many ways that you can fund, for example, your health plan, and I go there because that is the largest P&L item. So what we do is we take the education to make sure that they are making the right decisions for their organizations. Is it a self-funded plan? Is it to where we bring in care to their facilities or to the employee's home? These are things that we're actually doing today all over the country. You have large organizations out there, and they have employees that are basically they're focused on what should I do? Should I go get the care, or should I go ahead and actually get work, right? And what they normally choose is the work aspect, because guess what? They're so focused with inflation and everything else. How do I put food on my family's table? Okay. Is it a medication or is it food? It's going to be food. Okay. So
Sure.
we don't want them to make those tough decisions. And it's, really important to us that when we're actually looking at designing, whether it's a process, a policy, a benefit program, recruiting, we make sure that we take all that in consideration so that it is really a value-driven decision from an employer standpoint, but the employees feel it too. That also keeps them on a long-term base, because benefits is a very important aspect of why people take roles.
That's awesome. Well, Pat, thank you so much for sharing your story with us and how you help clients. If you want to learn more about Pat and Capital Services, please reach out to me at the email below. I will gladly connect you. Pat, you're one of my favorite people in the whole world, and I appreciate you spending time with us.
I appreciate you too. Thank you so much.
Have a great day. Thanks.